Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making lasagna. This has to be my most requested dish. From coworkers to family members, they all want my lasagna. This isn't a lasagna for two. This lasagna will feed an army. But if you want to make it for two, that's perfectly fine because the leftovers are fantastic. For this lasagna, we're going to need a batch of my Italian meat sauce. I'll have a link for that recipe in the description. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Then we're going to dive down and we're going to make the ricotta filling. All right, so in a medium-sized bowl, we're going to add 15 ounces of ricotta cheese. Like so. All right, and then we're going to add 1 egg. No shells. I think we're looking good on that. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. And then a generous pinch of salt. And give it a mix until everything is well combined. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, so now let's talk about the ingredients we're gonna need for assembly. We're gonna need our meat sauce, and we're gonna need 1 pound of shredded mozzarella cheese, and we're gonna need 3/4 of a cup of grated parmesan cheese, our ricotta filling that we just made, and we're gonna need lasagna noodles. What I have here are these oven-ready lasagna noodles. These noodles are great for this lasagna. If you wanna go through and use regular lasagna noodles where you boil them and then dry them, that's perfectly fine. They work great in, that's perfectly fine. They'll work great in this recipe too. But I prefer these because it takes out that extra step and it saves a little bit of time. And to be honest, no one can really tell the difference. All right, let's assemble this thing. We're gonna need a 9x13 baking dish. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna ladle a couple spoonfuls of sauce on the bottom of the pan. This is gonna help the noodles and everything from sticking. All right. We're going to take some of our noodles and we're going to put them on top of the sauce in a single layer. They can overlap a little bit, that's fine. Now we're going to take our ricotta mixture. We're going to use about half on this first layer here. And we're going to spread it over our noodles. You want to try to get it as even as possible. We don't want a mound of ricotta sitting in here. All right, next we're going to put 1/3 of our shredded mozzarella cheese on top. I don't know if you can hear that, but we got a new kitten and she sees a fly that she can't quite get and she's a little upset about that. Next, we're going to take some of our Parmesan cheese and sprinkle that on top. Then we're going to cover that with a layer of our meat sauce. Spread the meat sauce around. You want to try to get as much of the cheese covered as possible. All right, and then we're basically just going to repeat the layer one more time. All right, there we go. And then finally, we are going to top it with the last of our mozzarella cheese. And then a little bit more Parmesan. Why not? All right, so we're going to cover this with some foil. And what we're going to do is we're going to spray. And what we're going to do is we're going to spray the underside of the foil with some cooking spray. That way the cheese doesn't stick to it. All right, so this is going to go in the oven for 25 minutes, and then we're going to uncover it and cook for 25 minutes more until the cheese is nice, golden, and bubbly. All right, after 50 minutes in the oven, the lasagna is finally done. If your cheese didn't get nice and brown, you can fire it under the broiler for a few minutes. I can't wait to carve into this thing. I'm going to take a corner piece because that's the best piece. That looks so good. All right, I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of Parmesan, a little bit of parsley. All right, let's give this a taste. It's so good. This is really a meal fit for a king. It's a definite crowd pleaser. The sauce is delicious. The ricotta, the mozzarella, it's oh so good. All right, and if you don't believe my review of this, of how delicious it tastes, I brought in my #1 taste tester right here. She's gonna give it a taste and give us her honest feedback.
Okay.
Get in there.
I want some of the cheese.
Of course you gotta get some of the cheese. What do you think? Thumbs up. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
A 10.
A 10. There you go. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.